I was just listening to some Lewis Capaldi and I just thought, well, that fits. Hello everybody and welcome back to a new reading vlog. Today we're here to start a very, very exciting reading vlog. I've been waiting to start this, been waiting to finish the book I was reading before so I can start reading this book, so I can start this vlog. We obviously, as you can tell by the intro, are going to be reading Chain of Gold. Finally! This came out a week ago today, and I got it a few days ago on Saturday the 7th. It came out on March the 3rd. I have just been waiting to finish my other read to get around to this, and finally I can read it and I cannot wait. I would love to say that I can just sit down and devour it, but because I'm in final year of university, I'm never able to commit a long periods of times just reading without making myself feel guilty. I know it's a thing that I can personally change that, you know, I can not make myself feel guilty, but I have a lot going on in my life, so I kind of need to just read this at my pace, read this when I can, and I kind of want to do that. I don't want to read it all at once. I want to savor this beauty. We're going to start this today and I don't care how long this takes me. We are going to get around to reading it and we're going to just devour it, and it's going to be amazing. So it is the 10th of March today, which is Tuesday, and on Thursday, which is the 12th of March, I'm going to see Lewis Capaldi live, which kind of makes sense as to why I'm listening to Lewis Capaldi and why I thought I, you know, put him in or put one of his songs into the intro. I'm going to see him at Wembley and I'm so excited. You cannot even. I've waited for this for 10 months. I bought the tickets 10 months ago and I'm so excited. So I would definitely be putting any clips I film, if I remember to, I'll put them in here. I'll put them in this vlog because it's going to be actually insane. You know, if you know Lewis Capaldi, you know how hilarious and fantastic he is and how talented he is, and I'm so excited to go and see him live. I can't wait. And then after that, the weekend is just gonna be very busy, all going up to Monday. My birthday is on Monday the 16th. Over the weekend I've got another friend's birthday, my parents are coming, and then obviously on Monday it is my birthday. So hopefully, I'm kind of hoping that I will still be reading this by my birthday so I can put my birthday into this vlog, but I'm so excited to start this and to read this. I have zero expectations because I don't want to have expectations. All my expectations is that it's gonna be fabulous and I'm gonna love it because I love the Shadowhunter world. I'm so happy that I can finally start it. I'm not gonna start it straight away because there are a few things I need to do. I want to do some editing before I do anything, but tonight I'm definitely going to start this. I have zero expectations, zero theories. I just want to experience it. I just want to sit there and just experience it and experience with you all as I'm filming this. This is the collector's first edition, which I didn't know until I kind of got it. I think I probably did know, but I didn't, like, I re-reminded myself when I kind of got it. And I just love this cover. I've always loved this cover ever since it was announced. I think it's just so fabulous. I just love the redness of Cordelia's hair and just the orange-red kind of vibe that's going through, positioned with the green, and it's kind of being symbolised by the lighting right now. Also, what I love about this edition is that I have this, also the beautiful, really nice orange end pages, but we have this really cool, really nice illustrations of all the characters. That's my bookmark falling out. It's just so beautiful, and there is a little story at the end, that like a little kind of short story about Will and Tessa. I'm just so excited, and I'm gonna wrap this up here so I can go and do those productive things before I maybe position some time tonight to read a load of this. I will see you all when I have updates on this book. Can I even imagine that I'm saying that? This is crazy. Chain of Gold, let's do it. Hello everybody, I'm currently just getting ready to put my makeup on for going to see Lewis Capaldi right now. So I've got my mirror down here, so if I'm obviously looking down the whole time, that's why. I thought I'd pop in now because otherwise I won't really get to see you till tomorrow, and that'll be quite a bit of a gap. Chain of Gold, I'm not going to hold it up because obviously I'm doing my makeup. What are my thoughts on it so far? I'm about 100 pages through. I wish I was more of the way through it, but like at the same time I want to savour it, you know. I'm quite busy at the moment, so I kind of want to savour it, and I think it's nice that I can read it at whatever pace I want to. But I am enjoying it. It's somewhere between a 4.25 and a 4.5 so far. You probably think that's quite low for a Shadowhunter rating. I just feel like not much has happened yet for me to properly say that this is like crazy amazing. Like obviously I'm enjoying it, and obviously it's really like great just to be back in this world and to learn more and to have a story from different characters' perspectives that we kind of know but we kind of don't. But because not much has happened yet, I just feel like nothing's blowing me away and nothing's like, I'm not in love with it just yet, but I still love it, if you know what I mean. Cordelia is a really great character. I really like her. I think because she's a lot different from the other shadow hunters that she surrounds herself with, or she's currently surrounded with. She is very different from shadow hunters that we have seen before. Obviously in the Dark Artifices there's more kind of like diverse shadow hunters. At the time that she's in right now, obviously in the, I think it's like the early 1900s, she's Persian and she's come to London, so she is very different. Whereas everyone around her has very pale skin, obviously she's not, she's Persian. I really like her. I think she's very, like, I still like how she keeps within the characteristics that kind of Cassandra Clare writes for the characters of this time, writing them all very Victorian-y, if you know what I mean. I still like that she thinks like that and stuff. That kind of shows that she's not different and that she is just like everybody else. It is quite hard to keep up and to remember all the characters that we are, you know, introduced to, because there are a lot, and it's kind of, it's really tested my knowledge of Infernal Devices, because I feel like I haven't read those books in so long, so I'm kind of forgetting like everything about who got together and who had kids together and who some of the parents are, and I'm just like, ah, whoops. It's not like it's ruining the experience, it's just sometimes I just have to be like, oh okay, I've forgotten who they are, oh well, I can still, you know, try and remember now. But as I said, like, not much has happened. We've just been introduced to the characters. I look really pale now on camera, wow. So yeah, they've just had a ball and we've been introduced to more characters, which is more like terrifying, because you're just like, there's so many people, I can't remember who they are. And then they reference stuff from the Infernal Devices and you're like, even though Cassandra Clare has said that you don't have to have read any really of the Shadowhunter books to read Chain of Gold, it is still that thing, like, she does explain stuff, being like, oh, this happened, that's why this and this, like, this is the relationship between this person and this person. But I feel like you still, to get the full experience, it's, you have to have read the Infernal Devices. But for someone who has completely forgotten a lot of the Infernal Devices, it's not paramount, you know, it's not the end of the world that I don't remember everything, and I don't remember I remember the basics, obviously. I remember the basics of who the characters from the Infernal Devices are. I think this vlog is going to be spoilery, just because it's quite hard to talk about it without spoiling it, and I think majority of the people who want to watch this have either read it or are going to read it. And then, just so you know, if you still haven't read it, this is going to be spoilery. Because obviously James and Lucy, who are Will and Tessa's kids, because obviously they are Tessa's kids, they potentially have different powers, because obviously Tessa is a warlock, or she's not a warlock, but she's a Shadowhunter / warlock, which is obviously very, not a thing, but it's a thing. Because of her warlock abilities and because she obviously doesn't age, she's kind of passed some of, not the aging part, but she's passed the whole like special powers things down to her kids. And James can kind of travel, or Jamie, whatever you want to call him, he can travel into the shadow realm, which I think is really cool. An interesting part of the world to explore. We don't fully know Lucy's ability yet, or what her thing is. I think it's got something to do with being able to see ghosts, or maybe it's a bit more complex than that, because obviously we know that the Herondales can see ghosts. We learn that from the Infernal Devices, and we get reminded of that in Chain of Gold. She's really the only person who's able to see Jesse Blackthorn. Is it Blackthorn? Yeah. She's the only person who's be able to see him, and he kind of goes like, oh yeah, no one else can see me, you're the only one who can see me. And she's there like, why? And he doesn't really explain, and he's like, oh, it's, you know, your mum's a warlock, and she's like, well, that doesn't really help. So we kind of know that maybe Lucy has some sort of special powers, some sort of thing obviously connected to her mum that might have something to do with ghosts, or it could be a bit more complex than that, we'll have to see. So I have been tabbing a few things, not like a lot, because it's just haven't needed to. There was just one line that I really liked, that kind of, from Cordelia's perspective, kind of saying that she doesn't see that she needs to be a bride to kind of prove herself as a woman. Like, that's not her goal in life. Her goal, obviously, she would love to marry, and she would love to marry for love, but being a bride and being a wife isn't her like goal in life, and it isn't what's going to prove her as a strong woman. And I was just like, hell's yeah, girl, hell's yeah, you preach that. And I have marked a few kind of like plot points, more kind of like things that happen that I'm like, could that, you know, maybe be something that crops up again, you know, because Cassandra Clare is very good at putting stuff in either earlier books or earlier on in the books, and at the time not being anything too important, or not being anything too like, oh yeah, that's obvious, that's going to have something to do later, and then you find out that it does. And there are a few things of those that I'm like, I want to try and be Mr. Detective and try and work out those things. So for example, when the boys, and when I say the boys, I mean James, Christopher, Matthew and Thomas, when they go to like the Downworlders like kind of pub thing, the bar woman mentions something about like activity or kind of something happening in the Downworld, I think, and then or around London, and then when James presses for information, she's like, oh no, it's nothing. I'm like, but is it though? So far it's been enjoyable. Last night I really wanted to continue, like, keep reading because I was really enjoying it, but then I was like, I need to watch some more TV, which, oh no, that's so bad. I needed to watch some more of a TV show for uni that I need to basically have watched a certain amount of episodes for tomorrow for my seminar. I'm currently having to watch Dark, which I just want to talk about that for a minute. If any of you have seen Dark on Netflix, it's a German show and it's so good. So good. Like, I knew it was getting good reviews and that people were like, this is a really great show. When I first started watching it, I was like, oh, okay, so it's kind of, you know, it's a German Stranger Things, maybe with a mix of kind of Stephen King, which is very Stranger Things anyway. Now it's definitely its own show. It's definitely, I would hate to compare it to it because I just feel like it deserves better. You know, it deserves better than to just be compared as like a B-Tech or like a budget version of Stranger Things, because it really is, and it's really just kind of brought in itself and it goes down different paths and it's just brilliant. If I had to, like, obviously compare it, I say comparison of Stranger Things, Doctor Who and Donnie Darko, and it's just bloody brilliant and I love it. And I'm on episode 6. I finished episode 5 last night and I haven't been shocked by a plot twist like that for so long. It was honestly incredible. I have to watch up to episode 7. I've watched episode 7 by tomorrow and I'm on episode 6 now, so I should be alright. I'm gonna try and watch some maybe after I've finished filming this. I don't think I currently have much else to say, so I'm just gonna finish getting ready and then in 2 hours, just under 2 hours, we will head up to London to go and see Lewis Capaldi, and I'm so excited. I will see you all later. Obviously I will try and film as much as I can while I'm in London, but I will still see you tomorrow when actually I probably won't have much updates tomorrow, so maybe later on, because obviously, like, I'm not going to be reading too much over the next 24 hours because I'll be in London. I will still see you all at some point soon when I do have updates.
But I hope I never lose the bruises that you left behind. Oh my Lord, I need you by my side. There must be something in the water, 'cause every day it's getting colder. You know I spent some time in Hollywood trying to find something to get the thought of you and I on my mind. So tell me, are you away just a step away from falling apart? Do you ever feel like going back to the start? But before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop? But you just got me back and then you feel so hopeless. Before you go, I guess I kinda like the way you know the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. Oh, let my guard down, and then you pull the rug. I was getting caught in your being so alone.
Hello everybody. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since I last updated this vlog. The last stuff you saw was me at Lewis Capaldi, going to see Lewis Capaldi, and basically that weekend was very busy. I was celebrating birthdays and celebrating my birthday, and then the world went to crap. We all had to start social distancing and all that, and obviously we are doing that now. We're on a lockdown, but because I was so busy I just stopped reading. I didn't have time to read, so I kind of wasn't reading, so I fell out of that process and that kind of vibe and whatever the word I'm thinking is of reading. So I ended up giving up reading, or just kind of taking a break from reading for about a week, just to sort my head out, especially with how crazy the world was. I was kind of getting a bit stressed, but I'm now back home because we kind of needed to get me home just in case the country went into lockdown, and it did. So I got back the day before the country went into lockdown, so I'm very glad that I did, because otherwise I could have been stuck at uni, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to be alone. I want to be with my parents. I have slowly started trying to get myself back into reading and back into booktube stuff, because I was even like not editing and not uploading. It is still a slow process of getting the time to edit, because I'm also trying to write essays or plan essays for now, so then I can write them and get them done as soon as possible, so then I can have time over Easter to just chill, even though after Easter I'm done. These are my last essays that I'm going to have to do for my degree, so I really need to concentrate on them and really take time for them. I am slowly editing a video that I filmed at the end of February, because it's my January and February book haul, and I kind of want to get it up before the end of March, because otherwise it's kind of like a bit late. So that's why I've been gone. I've just been a bit, you know, the world's going to crap, please help me kind of sort of mood. I can't remember how much I was through Chain of Gold before I stopped vlogging. I've read some, at least. I've read something. I've read maybe 100 pages. I also have stopped doing my bullet journal for this month, because I'd kind of just stopped reading. I just kind of saw it pointless, and it was kind of like, it would have been a bit of a stressor for me to continue doing it but not actually putting anything in it, because I'd be there like, oh, you're bad because you haven't read anything, you're not able to put anything in your bullet journal. It's frustrating that I kind of got into a slump while reading this, because obviously I've been excited for this for so long. I want to say that it's not the book that also put me in a slump. I hate to say this, but I feel like this book I'm not liking as much as I thought I would. I kind of obviously just thought I would go into it and actually like fully love it, because it is Shadowhunters. I don't know, like I still enjoy it. It's like still like at the moment like a 4 or a 4.25 out of 5 stars, but I was thinking that I'd always rate it higher than that when I was reading it. Like with the tabs, the only things I have tabbed obviously were before all this breaks happened, but just kind of, oh, there's a few lines I like, and these are plot points I've liked, which I've kind of forgotten to look out for when I'm being come back to reading, because my mind hasn't been in that. I've just been trying to read to relax myself and to kind of read for pleasure rather than like analytically reading it. So if there has been any kind of like little plot points that I should probably picked up on, I haven't. I have tabbed one moment since I've got back into reading, and it is a pink moment, so that's good. So that's the moment I liked. But that was really just like Cordelia when she was in conversation with Anna. It's when Anna said, oh, I thought Persians are like darker haired and you've got red hair and your brother's blonde, I think Alice is blonde. And she's like, well, not all Persians look the same, just like you would expect not English people to look the same. And I thought that was really great, because that's something that always crops up in terms of race and where you come from, because it's always that thing of a lot of British people or a lot of like Western people or white people always like, oh, Asian people always look the same. It's like, they don't. You wouldn't say that about English people. But as I said, I am enjoying it and I'm slowly getting through it. I think I've just forgotten that with these sort of size Shadowhunter books, it takes a while for the action to kick in and for the plot to kick in, especially when it's like the first book in a series, because she needs time to build everything, especially when we're introduced to new characters. She needs time to build that. I think that's why I was a bit like thrown off, was because not much was happening yet and we're just building on characters and building relationships. Now stuff is kind of slowly coming, but it's still quite slow. So I think that is what's hindered my enjoyment, is that I just felt like I'm trudging through it and I'm trying to get to the action, but it's taking so long. And I'm still like unsure, because I haven't really gone into this book knowing much about it. I'm still a bit unsure about what this is about and what the action's going to be and what like the major plot is going to be. But overall, it's been okay. It's been enjoyable. I've had fun. And it's a big book, and I'm hoping to get this read by the end of March. March has been a bit of an iffy month, but I want to slowly get back into reading more, get back into how I used to read in time for April for the owls, because they're happening and I have a TBR sorted, which I was going to film. I wanted to film a video when I like first started thinking about it, but I was like, don't have the time and the mental capacity and the mental stability to do that. But I will obviously do a wrap up for it at the end of April. I'm going to leave this here because I need to go eat some breakfast. I don't know when I'm next going to see you, because last time I thought it was only be a few days, or at least like a day, but it was 2 weeks. But so far my track record is about like 40 pages a day, or about that. I might leave it like a 2-3 days until I come back, unless something happens that I want to talk to you about. Once again, apologise for this big gap in the vlog. I was tweeting about it and people were saying like, yeah, you know, it's fine, you can come back and just, you know, it doesn't really matter if there's a big gap in the vlog. I'm gonna leave this here and hopefully it won't be too long till I next see you. I've just got to get back into filming and remembering to vlog and having the motivation to vlog. I will catch you all later. Hello everybody, I'm back a few days later. Obviously I haven't been reading as much as I kind of usually do, as I've been hoping to, just because I'm still trying to get back into that vibe of reading and life is hectic and I'm still trying to adapt to this kind of quarantine lifestyle. You would think, oh, you have more time to read because, you know, you're stuck indoors and stuff. But over the week and during the week I'm doing work, so that takes up most of my day, and in the evenings I just want to chill with my parents. But I am, now that we're going to be slowly heading into April, wanting to set aside more time to read, because I have a lot of time now to just chill and spend with my parents because I'm home indefinitely now. I am now on page 350 or about 352 of Chain of Gold. I'm on just about to start chapter 14, and it's getting better. It's definitely getting better, and it's picking up. We now kind of know what's going on. They've worked out that there's this new demon that they're going to have to like figure out what's going on with that and who summoned it and what it is and stuff like that. And I love the kind of the main characters. I love Cordelia and Lucy and James and Matthew and Christopher and Thomas. They're just such characters, you know, they're just so brilliant, and just so with the way they interact is just so brilliant. And I think that's another strong point, or always a strong point for Cassandra Clare's books, is the characters. I think I was going to mention this in the earlier clip, but I didn't, and I think I forgot to. I don't like Grace. I know obviously she's a lot different from any of the other Shadowhunters because she hasn't been raised as a Shadowhunter. She's kind of annoying in the way she treats James. Like, she expects a lot from him. There is a scene when she says to James, oh, do you want to get married? Like, we need to get married. We need to, so we can actually be together. We need to get married so we can go and avoid my mum and run away and be married, be together. Because he's like, no, because of my family and because I'm a Shadowhunter. She says, oh, you know, we should strip our marks and so we can become mundanes. And he's like, just because you weren't raised as a Shadowhunter, love, doesn't mean I wasn't. Doesn't mean that's not my whole life. She expects him to do everything she wants. Like, I know he loves her, or he loves her. I'm kind of hoping he realises he doesn't. It's not all about you. Like, I know for a lot of your life it hasn't been about you, and your mum treated you, or your mum or Tatiana has treated you badly. But I'm very sorry for the changing light. I'm using natural lighting, so I'm very sorry for changing light. Some people don't know how to adapt to other people's needs. Like, obviously you shouldn't have to change your whole life or change everything you do for somebody else, but you've got to change to like adapt and to compromise. It's not all about you and it's not all about them. You've got to compromise, and I've been in situations like that very recently. That's why she annoys me, because people who can't adapt and people who can't compromise really frustrate me. People who go, I can't compromise, so it's going to be all about me. You don't get a choice, or you don't get your choice, or you don't get a decision to make. Like, go away. I hate those people. Grace isn't my favourite person. That is what I was trying to say. I am enjoying it, and it is a hoot, and I am, obviously it is Shadowhunters, so when I'm actually reading it, I'm like, I just want to keep reading. Like, I love this, it's Shadowhunters. And now that we're getting into the nitty gritty, into like the really deep parts of the plot, I'm very much here for it, because I'm just thinking, I can't wait for these epic fight scenes and all these, you know, getting into the lore, into the world of Shadowhunters properly, and like really getting into the depth of the plot, and I'm very excited for that. I really want to finish this by the end of April, and April finishes in 3 days, and I have about 240 pages to read, so it is a task, and it is a bit terrifying, because at this point in my life I'm not someone who's feeling like reading a lot, but I'm going to push myself because I want to finish this before the owls start, so I can actually read 5 full books for the owls rather than 4 and finishing this. So that is my update so far on Chain of Gold. It's been a hoot. I'm going to put it down because my wrist is hurting. I'm about to go out with my mum. We're just going to go for a walk. We're not doing anything dangerous. We're just going to go for a walk, you know, going for our daily exercise. Later, because I decided to take weekends off from work because I'm kind of ahead of schedule with my work and my essay, so I've given this time. Well, I'm even ahead of schedule even when I do take weekends off. So over the next kind of 5 or 4 weeks, I will be taking weekends off, and obviously I will, probably the last few weeks, I won't even have any work to do because I hoped I would have finished, but I'm going to take weekends off just to breathe and to feel like I have, it's kind of like a reward. If I do read a lot of that over the next few days, I will hopefully update more. If not, we'll just see where this goes. I will catch you all later. Hello everybody, I'm just doing a quick update because I think I'm going to finish this day. Got less than 90 pages left, I think. Yeah, just under 90 pages left. The plan is to finish it today. I have a very busy day in terms of work, but I think tonight, no matter how far through it I am, or like how close to the end I am from finishing it, I think I am just going to binge it. And I very much apologise for this lighting. As you can tell, I'm next to my window. I just feel like this is the easiest place to put my camera because it's just on my shelf. I can just stand here and talk. I don't have to worry about any setup. I'm very excited to finish it so I can finally finish a book after God knows how long. It's probably been like 3 weeks since I finished a book. I feel like I don't have many thoughts or much to say yet about this because nothing popped up that I've gone, yes, I need to talk about this in my vlog. Obviously we're getting to like the real kind of, there's fight scenes and there's like the real, you know, we're getting to the end, so you've got the fight scenes, you've got the intense like plot points coming in. It's all to do with James's grandfather, or James and Lucy's grandfather, so Tessa's like dad, you know, her demon father, and him kind of like manipulating James and making James do something to save his, like, you know, I'll do something dangerous that could probably kill you and destroy the world so you could save some of your friends, save some of your family. I just love seeing everyone band together, all these kind of different characters, the merry thieves and both the girls kind of banding together, and even some other characters banding together. Even if they don't know they're banding together to fight this thing, they're all coming together to fight this thing, and it's great. It just kind of reminds me classic Shadowhunter ending of books. You know, the mortal instruments and even the infernal devices and dark artifices, them all coming together at the end to fight this thing, even if it's not the end of it completely, it's the end of the book. If you have obviously read this book, you know that it doesn't just have normal chapters. After some chapters, it has a section that's like days past, and then it puts like the where it is and like the year, and they're kind of like flashbacks to the characters kind of when they're a bit younger, like only by like a few years. There was one in 1901, around the time of Queen Victoria dying, to do with Matthew, and I'm very, very curious to know what it's about, because it's very short. Like, it's not even, it's very short. It talks about Matthew committing murder. Feels very guilty about killing somebody. I don't know if it means he literally killed somebody, or he played a part in it, or his actions meant that someone died. I'm just very curious, because we don't, at the end of the chapter, you know, we get kind of this build up to it, and then even though it's very short, so there's not much of a build up, and the last line is, that was what it should be, Matthew thought, after all he had committed murder. I just want to know, what?
Absolutely fucking not.
I'm going full 10th Doctor here and just being like, what? What? Because Matthew is precious, and if he feels guilty for killing somebody, I want to remind him that he's a good person. A lot of things obviously happen throughout that now at the end make a lot more sense. It's a classic Cassandra Clare writing and storytelling. She discusses and puts in a lot of things throughout the book that, as I said this before in vlogs, she puts a lot of stuff throughout the book that at first doesn't seem like it's important, and then at the end you're like, oh my god, that was connected. And a lot of that stuff has happened in this, and I love it. Probably didn't pick up on all of the stuff, but I think I tabbed a few things, and some of the things that I tabbed on still haven't been answered and still haven't been like confirmed if it is like something to do with the book or the plot point. So 90 pages left, and I'm very excited to finish it. Probably won't update tonight because it might be late when I finish this, so I'll just update tomorrow morning. I will start tomorrow, so I need to get this finished. I'll see you later. Hello everybody, I finished. I read about 100, or was it 90? I can't remember. It was around 100 or 90, but basically the same number, last night or yesterday, and I finished it, and I gave it, I'm not sure if I'm giving it a 4.25 or 4.5, but on Goodreads I gave it a 4. I think you already know why I haven't rated it more higher. Overall, I really did enjoy it, and by the end it was a lot better, and I really was enjoying it, and it was just so much fun, and I loved the characters. I thought the characters had such great relationships by the end and had evolved so much, and that's something I'm really looking forward to for the rest of the series. It's just seeing how these characters' relationships develop more. There were some things at the end that I didn't like. I think it was just the whole thing with Grace. I think because Grace isn't my favourite character, I really don't like her. I think everything with her was just annoying me. Obviously at the end of the book, Cordelia and James get engaged, they're going to get married, because to help James, Cordelia stands up and goes, oh yeah, he was in my room all night, and that's obviously in those times to say that for a woman to be alone in a room with a man back in those days, overnight, when they're not married, it's not accepted. They have to kind of cover up and be like, we're getting married. They do it on the basis of, we'll just do it for like a year, we'll be married for a year, and then we'll divorce, because James says, I don't love you, Cordelia, and Cordelia's like, oh yeah, of course. When she's there like, well, I love you. So bless her heart, I felt really sorry for her for that, but I feel like what's going to happen when he says like, oh, over a year we'll get married and we'll just see what happens, I think over that year he's going to fall in love with her. They're going to be married for real, and they're going to be in love, and that's what I hope, but I feel like that's what's going to happen. I'm very intrigued to see where it's going to go after this, and see with the cliffhanger at the end, with the Prince of Hell kind of coming back and Tatiana kind of being part of it, who really annoys me. The Blackthorn just annoyed me. Like, Jessie's great, but the women, bit annoying. But it's going to be really interesting to see where that goes and how that kind of plays into the next books. I really did enjoy this book, and I thought it was so much fun, and eventually once, you know, I re-reminded myself, and I got past my slump actually, and I reminded myself that her books are very character development heavy, especially when it's the first book of a new series. I very much enjoyed it, and it was a lot of fun, and even though it took me like 3 weeks, which was a lot longer than I thought, but to be fair, let's say 2 weeks, because I did take a week off reading. I think I did set too high expectations, and that's the problem with me going into these books, is I set very high expectations, because obviously I love this world, so I assume that every book I'm going to read from it is going to be like perfection. That's something I've learned, is to go into these books with not obviously very low expectations, but not super high expectations, so then I can be happily pleased. But I'm very excited to see where the rest of the series goes, and obviously to read any other Shadowhunter book because I'm trash. That was a very quick wrap up. I felt like there wasn't much left in the book or what happened to the rest of the book that I kind of like talked about. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's very erratic and that I left 2-week gap, but I had crises and the world is in a crisis. But I still hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the clips from Lewis Capaldi, because whenever I'm editing and then I look back on them, I'm like, I miss him. If you have read Chain of Gold, please let me know. Let's discuss what we think about this book in the description, in the comments below, or on Twitter. If you're new around here, do not forget to subscribe and like, and turn my notification bell on for when you know, so when you know when to, you know what it does. All my social media links are down in the description below. I'm hopefully going to start getting back into uploading more because I have some video ideas, and also I want to vlog during owls. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.